Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about brand partnerships. I do make videos regularly on branding, visuals, social media marketing aimed at independent musicians or small labels who want help in these areas. So if that is useful to you, then please like and subscribe. Okay, let's dive right in. So, brand partnerships are basically when a band or music artist pairs up with a company to collaborate on a campaign that increases the reach to obviously both their audiences. I feel like it's just becoming more prominent, even with smaller artists and labels. I feel like you can do this on any level. Obviously, the major labels have large departments based especially for brand partnerships. And I feel like with the rise of social media and the digital age, I think this is just getting more prominent in marketing. So I think if you're determined and you can be a bit savvy, you can do this even on a really tiny level. I'm not saying you're on a tiny level, I'm just saying if you are, then you can still brand partnership. So if you are literally starting out and you wanted to do a brand partnership and you thought that was right for you, you can consider your local businesses literally in your small local area, or if you have any friends or anyone in your network who's recently started a business, maybe reach out to them. I'm going to give you some tips of what to consider, because obviously it does have to be the right collaboration, but anything is possible. I always like to think that if we can put a man on the moon, then we can do anything else. So if you want to do a brand partnership, then you can. Here are some things to consider, and you have to think outside the box in order to obviously get the brand partnership if you're not with a manager or a label or anything, but it absolutely can be done. So if you do have any questions about how you can do this, then put them in the comments and I'll do my best to help. Okay, so here are the things to consider when thinking about a brand partnership. So you need to think about what you want out of the collaboration. So don't just go in thinking, oh yeah, we can do this, it will increase our reach, but what do you specifically want? Do you want hits on a specific song on your Spotify? Do you want more Instagram followers? Do you want to push your YouTube content? Like, go in with a specific goal, because then you're more likely to work out whether the specific companies can help you do that or not. And also it obviously needs to be worked into the campaign with the call to action and all that shebang. So have specific goals about what you want to achieve out of the collaboration. And when you are considering companies to work with, then make sure they align with your values, your personality, your vision, your music, obviously. Make sure you guys have the same kind of goals and vibe. Like, there's no point in just grabbing anything because it feels like an opportunity you should take. I know that there's all this talk about, yeah, grab every opportunity, blah, blah. Yeah, I get that, but it could do more harm than good if it's not a good match to you. So just make sure that you vibe with the company and that your values, I think values are really important here. If you guys have contrasting values, that could really just all go wrong later down the line. So values, personality, vision, music, goals, just make sure that those are aligned with the company that you're considering working with. And do you get on with the people that you're in communication with at the company? Because I think this is really important. Like, having fun is so underrated. Like, having fun at work is so underrated. Like, I think there's this rhetoric that you should hate your job, or it's normal to hate your job. It's not normal to hate your job. We've just all been taught that. Like, you need to have fun with your work and you need to get on with the people you're working with. And if you don't get on with someone, that's okay, because not everyone does get on, but they're not going to be your people. And don't work with them don't force it if you're like, oh, I don't like this person, but it's a good opportunity. Like, just don't do it, because you won't have fun. And I think that all comes across as well in the collaboration. I think in campaigns or even like films or musicals or whatever, I think when there's that genuine chemistry with everyone behind the scenes, it really comes across in the show or piece of art or whatever it is. So just make sure that your personalities are a good match and you enjoy communicating with those people at the early stages in order to take it further. And you need to discuss what you are both going to get out of this, because obviously there's an audience crossover. So both of your audiences need to be very similar in their demographic, and you need to make sure that it's equal on both sides in terms of audience size, with the specific demographic and what they are both going to get. Make sure that they're both going to get additional value from this and that it isn't one-sided. Yeah, so I think it's just really important to both outline what you want out of it and what you're going to get out of it on both sides. Just make sure it's super equal. So another thing to consider, how can you push boundaries with this? How can you do something different that makes you both stand out? This is where we're getting into unique territory. Not every band is going to partner with every drinks company or something. There's going to be different collaborations, there are going to be different campaigns. This is where you can really do something that makes you stand out and really bring that extra value to your audience. Make them feel special, like they're getting this amazing value that no one else is getting, because there's no other collaboration like this and there's no other campaign like this. I know this is easier said than done, but my job is to advise and inspire, so here you go. And another thing to consider, just make sure you're level in terms of where you are within your career path and on the route to your goals. Make sure that you have a similar audience size and that you're either both starting out or you're both a little bit established. Just make sure that you're the same level. Again, it comes back to being equal. Just make sure everything is as equal as it can be. And just a good match. I think this is where gut instinct comes in, right? You know, you get a good feeling, you feel excited, you just think, yeah, this is it for us. So make sure you have that feeling, and if you're a band, make sure you all feel like that. If one person is unsure, then you need to discuss it, get all those feelings out, because you want to all be on board, otherwise cracks will start to form and that can make things worse at a later date. So yeah, just make sure it's all round good match. Personality, goals, vision, audience size, what you both want to get out of it, what you're going to do. Make sure you're both on the same page in terms of pushing boundaries. If one of you is a bit more safe and is going to hold back, maybe it's not a good match. But yeah, so consider brand partnerships with whatever size you are. This stuff is weird to me because I know that there's like this kind of commercial branding kind of connotations that come with it, almost like it's a bad thing, like it's selling out or it's business. I mean, it is business. If you are a band and you want to make it, there is going to be an element of business that comes into this. But I don't think it has to have those connotations. I think people who start companies are great. They're creative people, they're hardworking, they're driven, as you guys are. If you're in bands, if you're trying to make it as a music artist, you're going to be all those things too. So I think this could be really fun. You could build really good relationships with this. You can do really fun campaigns and you can increase the reach, so your music can reach more people. So I think if you do have those reservations, like in terms of selling out and that kind of stuff, just try and think of it as a clean slate and think of it objectively. And obviously you do have to go with your heart and, like I said, trust your gut instinct, but don't let like what people say or the connotations stop you doing something that could be really fun and beneficial to you. Because I really try to find that balance between artistry and being authentic and embracing the business side. And I think there is a very happy balance of both those things, with your happiness, well-being and enjoyment as at the forefront. So yeah, just quite a lot to think about today, guys. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you've ever thought of a brand partnership before, or if you have any questions in how to do it. Let me know. Thank you. Hope it was helpful. Bye.